Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to cook this simple yet delicious honey roasted chicken rice, which is a popular dish in Southeast Asia, especially in Malaysia and Singapore. Without further ado, let's go! Firstly, we are going to make one of the most important ingredients, which is rendering the chicken fat that will be used to cook the rice. Here I'm putting the fats that I trim off from the chicken into a non-stick pan. Using just a small medium heat, you want to slowly render the fat out. At first, you will see the bubbles form that because of the water that is evaporating out of the fat, and gradually the bubbles will reduce and you will have just the fat left and crispy skin. Occasionally, you want to give it a quick stir so that the skin can cook evenly and to prevent burn. Once there is no bubbles and the skin is golden and crispy, it is then ready. Transfer to a small bowl to use for later. This whole process took me about 20 minutes depending on the quantity that you are using. While working on the chicken fat, I'm using another pot to boil the water, and once the water is boiled, I throw in 5 slices of ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, and some spring onions. You can also add more if you want, that depending on if you like stronger flavor or less. Then let's put in the chicken. Here I have about 1.8 kilo of free-range chicken. You can also use other parts of the chicken such as drumsticks and thighs if you like. Please note that will reduce the cooking time. I will show you how to check when the chicken is ready later in the video. So now we are going to boil the chicken for about 5 minutes. At the meantime, you can remove the scum that is floating on the water if you prefer clear broth. Otherwise, you can just leave it as it is. Once 5 minutes is up, we are going to turn off the heat and cover the lid and let the chicken sit in the broth for about 15 to 20 minutes. And again, that depending on the size of your chicken. While waiting for the chicken, let's prepare the honey marinade. In a bowl, I'm using 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and a pinch of salt and pepper. For the marinade, you're more than welcome to adjust the quantity to your preference. I would suggest to taste them while you're preparing so you can adjust it accordingly. Once it's done, mix it up and set aside. So now it's time to check on the chicken. The best way to check if it's cooked is to use a chopsticks or something sharp to poke in the chicken thigh. If the liquid comes out clear, that means the chicken is ready. If it comes out reddish or pinkish, you can turn up the heat and boil the chicken for another 5 minutes, then turn off the heat and let it continue to submerge until it is cooked. The next step is to remove the chicken and place it into a baking tray. Pour over the marinade sauce that we made earlier, then rub the marinade all over on the chicken skin. Once the marinade is nicely coated, put the chicken into the oven for 200 Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes until the skin becomes crispy. While the chicken is in the oven, we're going to prepare the rice. Here I have 3 cups of washed jasmine rice. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of the chicken fat that we rendered out earlier, including the crispy skin. I have this ginger and garlic paste which I bought from a local store. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon into the rice. If you haven't got this paste, you can add 4 slices of fresh ginger and 4 cloves of garlic instead. That depends on your preference. If you like stronger flavor, just add more ginger and garlic. If you prefer milder, just reduce the quantity. Then we are going to add the chicken broth into the rice. Make sure the rice is fully covered by the broth, about 1 inch. We don't want too many broth as it is going to make the rice too soggy. Finally, add some salt and pepper to season, then cook the rice. While the rice is cooking and the chicken is still in the oven, we're going to prepare this quick ginger and garlic sauce to serve with the dish. Firstly, add a tablespoon of oil into a pan, adding 50 grams of chopped ginger, 30 grams of chopped garlic, and 20 grams of onions. Then you want to stir fry them until they turn golden brown. Transfer the mixture into a bowl. Add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, some chicken broth just to dilute the sauce, and then top with chopped spring onions. I just love to pour this sauce all over on my rice and chicken while enjoying it. By the time the sauce is done, the chicken and the rice should be ready. Look at how nicely roasted this chicken is. The final stage is to cut the chicken into pieces and serve it with the rice and the broth. If you're using pre-cut chicken, you can serve it straight away, so that saves you the step of cutting the chicken. Add a tablespoon of the ginger and garlic sauce onto the rice, and the dish is ready to be served. The rice should be well cooked and fluffy with slightly golden color, which comes from the chicken fat and the broth. Some people like to add a knob of butter to give it a more golden color and buttery taste. As for the broth, I've added the Chinese pickle mustard leaves for extra flavor. You can add any vegetables of your choice or just have it plain as it is. That is all for today's video. I hope you try this recipe. If you do, please comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.